Hey guys, welcome to Tamra's Tarot Variety. I'm just going to do a quick message from Jesus as I walk around New York. I thought I'd start here at the Trump Tower. So let me show you that there, just to let you know Tiffany's jewelry is in there. This tower is not operating at full capacity yet. It closes early. But anyway, just wanted to show you guys that. Thought that would be a good place to start. I'm doing some shopping today. And Jesus just asked me to, sorry, here's a wall. Asked me to give you guys some messages. Like my last updated message video, it's not going to be the best. So if you're not in the mood to hear a little bit of negativity, then this might not be the video for you. I'm gonna walk through Central Park. Let's just have you look over here. Such a shiny building. I think is this called Bulgari? It's a V, but I don't know. Anyway, it's a fancy jewelry store. All right, I'm gonna try to keep going. So guys, let me give my bottle to this man. Here you go, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was perfect timing. All right, let me give you guys a nice view of the park coming up. So guys, you can see I am out today, but I will be heading to a safe place soon. My messages today are going to be about safety. Jesus really wanted me to talk to you guys about safety. And I know it's not the most fun subject, trying to be safe. And he understands that it can make you feel boring, paranoid. But now is a really good time for everyone to focus on safety, because there are some threats out there, and this is especially if you're living in the States. I'm just going to call it domestic tea. And hopefully you guys can figure that out. There are groups and individuals that are, I'm going to put this very diplomatically. Jesus wanted me to be generalized and diplomatic so as to not offend people. And also, first I'm going to show you the Apple store, and then we'll show you the plaza. There's the Apple store right there, that crystal building. All right, I'm going to zoom out, and we're going to walk over to the plaza, and then to Central Park. So there's a lot of things going on right now. We had the events of 2020, which led to protests. We have a lot of people, a lot of division, and some people are really taking that seriously. And so we're going to see some racial tea, which is domestic tea. I'm trying to put this, I don't want to you can't put this word on your channel, but it's T-ism. So I hope you guys get it. So I want you all to be very careful, especially at night. And Jesus wanted to remind us of why Jewish people have Shabbat. He said it originally used to last from Friday at sundown to, he said it would last until like Sunday morning. And the reason for that is to keep people safe. And Jesus is recommending for a while, he's actually saying no matter where you live, especially in the cities, you might want to go out on Thursday and Sunday and stay home on Friday and Saturday. He said there's a lot going on, and it's enhanced by substances and certain groups are getting together and they're like egging each other on, and then there's, you know, individuals too. Now with all of the events adding up, like I said, the events of 2020, the division, the political division, the substance abuse, the unemployment, the rent moratorium, and just a lot of people generally being unhappy with their opportunities. And also, like I said, there is a lot of racism going on right now. It's getting really heated. So I'm going to be generalized and say no matter what race you are, protect yourself. Depending on who you are and where you live, the threats are going to be different. But Jesus would really like you to pay attention to your surroundings. Just for a while, don't go out at night. If you do go out at night, you have an event or something, you know, I don't want to scare you guys. Maybe go out in a group and be careful. And be very careful of your cab drivers, Lyft drivers, things like that. And that's not to say that they're any more dangerous. It's just that you're not protected. Just be very careful in any area being alone and not protected, because some things that have been deemed safe for years might become unsafe, because just if people want to cause harm, they can infiltrate in a certain area, and they could also know their target audience. Like, for example, in New York City right now, most New Yorkers the average New Yorker is unarmed. And so people know that. There's no bail here. People know that. No bail right now. So people aren't being held overnight. Also, there's a moratorium. If people don't pay their rent, they're not going to get kicked out of their apartment. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of leeway right now to commit a crime. And it's not saying that the criminals won't get caught. But, young people tend to feel like invincible. And it's even been known that our brains don't fully, I'm walking into Central Park now, our brains don't fully develop until we're 25. And so you know, people feel more invincible when they're younger, and like that they're not going to get hurt, get caught, get sick. It's very common. But it's just a really sort of scary energy right now. And I do apologize if I'm scaring you guys, but I'm being shown a lot of, and this, I was shown this in my readings too. A lot of, there might be things, and these are just examples, things like explosions, and they might be put in the news as just random structure fires or fires. There's a nice little pond over here. I'll show you guys the pond. So we could have a situation where someone could, you know, set someone's car on fire, and where it would also set a building on fire, because with the moratorium, a lot of people haven't paid rent. There could be a situation where they want revenge. And that's a big word that's been coming to me as a message, is revenge, racial revenge, revenge for the moratorium, revenge for the lack of opportunities. And this could result in, Jesus is saying, for a while, people could think that there's all these random events, people being hit by cars, cars driving down the wrong way of the street, random fires, random explosions. Even, you know, if you're living in the city, you could see a report of, and Jesus is recommending you get Citizens app so you can see what's going on if you live in the cities. He said the suburbs, you have to be careful too, because it can be isolating, and there's a lot of trust there. But he said the situation may go on for a while where these random things are happening, but they're not random, and they're being done on purpose. So, you know, just please be careful, and please pay attention to who's around you, especially a big percentage of crimes. You know, I didn't start out focusing on this, but since I started reading for celebrities and famous people, starting with Shanann Watts, a huge percentage of crime committed against people, it is by someone they know. And Jesus is asking that you be really careful of who's around you, who's babysitting your children, who lives in your building. Oftentimes, crime, robberies, things like that, they're committed by people who know your routines, know where you live, know what you have. And let's look at the ducks here. So Jesus just wants you to be really careful, because yes, it's bad to lose your stuff, but oftentimes if you're not prepared, oh, look at this beautiful duck here. It's green, has like a green. Wow, gorgeous. Are these ducks or swans? I'm not sure. The big ones are on the rock. Maybe they're the senior ones. They get the big rock. I don't know. But I need a cup of coffee, guys. I'm all scatterbrained. So in addition to that, we also have things happening with Mother Nature. Just, random fires, earthquakes, events like that. I'm being shown that. But I think we all know that that's happening. But what many people don't know are these just what appear to be random crimes. Oh my gosh, I have to show you guys these turtles. Wow, let's look down here. I hope you guys can see it. I can see it. You guys can probably see it. So I love this bridge. They used to show bridges like this a lot in Sesame Street. And I was like, I want to live in New York. And now I live in New York. Okay, let's zoom back. I'm trying to think. I don't want to be too specific, but too general. Just be very careful. Be very careful going out after dark. Be very careful who you're alone with right now. And Jesus asked me to look this up. There's like 500,000 missing people in the United States. I really was not like a crime nerd before, but since I started doing this metaphysical work over time, it's going in that direction. I'm being asked to really look at and think about crime. So Jesus is asking that you, wherever you live, please know who you're living with, who they're bringing to your house, your apartment. He said we've all become too loosey-goosey for what are the intentions of other people. Friend of a friend, someone crashing at your house, or even, oh, this is beautiful. I've got the violin going in the background for the drama. But even who you date, Jesus would like you just it's beautiful. And there's a message especially for women. Just, we've become very loosey-goosey with hanging out in crowds and hanging out in places, and it's just not a good time. And I'm not saying it's always going to be that way, but just be careful and check your homes. Make sure that you have good, solid locks, a security system if you can afford it, cameras. Maybe do like a background check on someone that you're dating. And men can be victims too. I think my subscribers know that sometimes I like to go into the area of talking about narcissism, toxic people. But Jesus is saying definitely that empaths and spiritual people just really need to be careful right now. And I know a lot of channels talk about energy vampirism, which is always, you want to watch out for that, but just watch out for toxic people and just anything odd, even if like someone is just not, you're just getting Jesus wants you to really tune into your intuition. And you know, I'm clairaudient, so I hear a lot. And oftentimes, like, some people that I've known who can't be trusted, like, I can hear, you know, how they knock on a door aggressively, how they need attention with their voice, how they might be extra loud or extra quiet and strange, or they whistle. These are just examples, but guys, really be careful. And it is Saturday afternoon and I'm out, but I'm gonna head back soon. You know, I did go out this week at night, but I was very careful. And, you know, Jesus is very into peace, but he was not into being a victim. And he thinks that that's been misconstrued, that spiritual people, kind people, think that they, you know, shouldn't protect themselves, but Jesus is asking that you protect yourself in any way that you can. And it's not a time for your own personal safety for you to be politically correct. If it looks like a duck, talks like a duck, you know, if someone looks like a criminal, pay attention to that. It's not that you need to call them out or judge them, but just pay attention. Also, it might be a good time to take like a self-defense class. And I know this is gonna rock some, I was gonna say like rock some feathers. I like to mix up my expressions, but it's obviously rock the boat or ruffle feathers, but some of you may want to be armed in some way, or at least have something to protect you, because Jesus does not want you to be a victim. And protecting yourself against, you know, someone who wants to hurt you is not a negative thing. It's not a bad thing. So I think I'm going to leave it here. Those are the messages for today. Protect, 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 protect your family. Protect your food, what you drink. That's going to be something that if we protect ourselves and others, and you know, now this is extending to the earth too. This could really, really help everybody out. Toxicity, negativity, it can't manifest unless people let it happen. So that's a message for people who are on the spiritual path. Jesus knows it's something that not everybody likes to think about. You know, some people are crime nerds, and he said now it's a really good time to be a crime nerd and to protect yourself in any way that you can. And he'd also like you to protect nature if you can do that. Okay, guys, I think that's it. I always forget something. I might make another video. I'm gonna head back before it gets dark, and I know I sound like a scaredy cat, but I really listen to my messages, and I've never been like this. I used to perform all the time in Midtown Manhattan, like off Broadway. I did comedy, and I would perform at night. Then I'd go have dinner and drinks, and we're talking very late at night. I'd walk 20 blocks north. I'd go grocery shopping. I'd get on the train. I'd go home. And that was my life. And I loved it. And, I didn't worry about anything. But right now, times have changed. And hopefully this is temporary. And hopefully I didn't scare you all too much. But please keep your eyes open and be prepared to hear about some just really weird happenings. And please investigate when you hear something. Don't just go, oh, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. Because there's a reason for things happening. It's not all just like a random crazy person who doesn't know what they're doing. Yes, the person could be, anyone committing a crime has a problem, but they're not necessarily just a rando crazy person. It could be planned. And if that person sees you as a representation of what they're against, that's all that they might need. Or if you're a certain gender, or just opportunity if you're alone. I know a lot of spiritual people are introverts, and if they have especially a regular job and you're giving out your energy, you might use your own private time to be alone, and just understand that anyone alone is a target. And what makes people a target is, being alone, maybe being of a certain gender, looking unprepared, opportunity if you're alone with someone, or if it's dark out. Anyway, I think I've covered everything, and I'm sorry again for negative messages, but Jesus is saying they are working on the other side to really keep everyone safe, but it's always, we have free will, and so the situation is always that it's a co-creation. So we need to get involved and protect, and definitely protect your children, and I don't want to get too preachy, but nowadays, I know in New York City, it's very free here. There could be situations where, God forbid, people are watching your child, and here now everything is like everyone's your friend, and even though it's New York, it's kind of the situation like kids have these classes and they're in open spaces in the park or at a dance thing, and it's like glass, and it's stuff that we don't want to think about, but just try to look around and see who's around and what's going on with them. And Jesus says that that is a responsibility of adults, that we want to be fun, and we want to have fun and be free-spirited. And he's saying, yes, that's wonderful, but that's not what spirituality is. Spirituality is not always being like footloose and fancy free. And he's showing me like running through the park, doing twirls and stuff like that. Like it's, you know, as adults, we need to be serious sometimes and protect the earth, protect our family, protect our children. All right, it's a very serious message, and I hope I didn't bring your weekend down, but he's actually saying that through the act of doing that, it will bring you some added peace and knowing that you could protect yourself, feeling confident in that. That might actually give you more self-confidence and actually make you feel freer, if that makes sense. Because you'll have that base of feeling like if something did happen, that you would be prepared. And this is for natural events, natural disasters too. Know where you live, know what the weather patterns are, know what's going on with the earth. What sort of plan do you have for when something happens? Do you have insurance? And I know that most people who watch my channel are on the spiritual path, so Jesus really wanted me to send a message out to you all, because maybe some of you are, being like a little too relaxed and trying not to, love and light and trying not to worry about things too much. And he totally understands it might not be your personality to be like a worrywart, but he'd like you to be a little bit of a worrywart right now. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I hope you found this helpful and have a great weekend. Bye. And Jesus loves you and says, peace be with you.